Gwillem drills in front of the Sharks net. From Big Boy Arena, this is MIHL Hockey. I am Frank Mazzella. The Michigan Shadows take on the Waterford Sharks, a battle of 1 and 2 in the MIHL. Thanks for watching Go Live Sportscast on YouTube, Roku, TCL, internationally, and MBT channel, and more channels to come. Well, here you have it, folks. The 1 and 2 teams in the MIHL taking on each other in a big matchup. The Waterford Sharks have won 10 in a row, while the Michigan Shadow have won 5 in a row. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the Sharks. Palusha at forward. Baldrick also at forward. Carlisle. He'll be at forward. Joe Gibbs will be on defense. Gwillem in nets. And Helgama for the fifth starter on the ice for the Sharks. The starters for the Shadow, Ryerson, Tellstrom, Kuhn, Arnott, Minnie, and in nets will be Sommerfeld. Should be a dandy of a hockey game here. These teams have met twice this year, with the Sharks winning both matches. That opening game right here, November 7th, we went into the third period with the Shadow up 8-6, 4 goals by the Waterford Sharks in the third period to give them a 10-8 win. And then on December 5th, over at the Waterford Sharks home ice, the Waterford Sharks came back in that game, also winning 5-4 in a tight one. Back from their suspensions is Ryerson, also Cody Oakes, and Osentowski. All three of those guys were suspended for one game. So with 10 wins in a row, the Sharks sit at a 10-1 record. Their only loss, the first game of the season at Muskegon, in Muskegon, with Terry Feccarelli on the call, a close game, but ever since then they've whipped off 10 straight wins. The Shadow have won 5 in a row with a 9-3 record. They have 18 points, the Sharks have 20. We'll go for the introductions right now, and I'll pause my talking. We're ready for hockey. The Michigan Sharks taking on the Michigan Shadow, taking on the Waterford Sharks. Let's talk about the Waterford Sharks a bit here. Joe Gibbs, he's an interesting person. He's sort of like that hidden flask. Your favorite drink, you hide that thing away. You bring him out when a big game is there, or a big occasion. Joe was just signed for this game again. He's on and off, and there's the face-off. Gibbs takes that puck. Broken up right at center ice. Here comes Arnott, Paul Arnott. Deep in the corner here. Quick battle out front. Still kept inside the blue line for the Shadow. Over on the far side boards. This one goes out. Finally, Palusha gets that for the Sharks. Up forward. Played back. Carlisle wrapped that one around the boards. Sharks keep that in. Quick shot out in front. Sommerfeld made the save there. One quick shot by the Sharks. Face off in the corner. Fresh lines for both teams right now. Shadows bringing it up on the right, big hit right in front of the bench there. Puck out in front, nobody can get control of it. Played along the far side boards. Big hit there also by the Shadow. This one's dumped down into the Shadow end. Played out, looks like looking for a penalty was the Shadow. Nothing happening right now. Broken up at the blue line. Played forward. Here comes the Shadow again. Trying to get a shot on net. Cleared away by Gwillem. That one's lost. Blew a tire on the far side boards. Here comes the Sharks. Here's a quick shot on net. Saved by Sommerfeld. Played along the offside boards there. Little pressure by the Shadow. Quick pass out in front. Nobody there. For the Shadow, they keep it in. Bowman giving chase for the Sharks. This one's dumped back in the Sharks' end. Kept in by the Shadow. Cody Oakes, nice dipsy doodle move by Cody Oakes. Quick wrister there from inside the blue line. That one's kicked away and washed all the way down into the Shadow end. Cody Oakes will grab that puck for the Shadow, bring it up quickly. He blows a tire. Still has possession of the puck. Trying a little too on. Nice move there. What a play by Cody Oakes. That is definitely vintage Cody Oakes. After that one-game suspension, we see that going from end to end. Cody Oakes tried to dip that one inside. Gwillem made a heck of a save to keep this 0-0. 17:30 left to go here in the first period. Sharks in the Shadow. Quick wrister there. Blocked out as Marusso took that shot for the Shadow. Pinching in are the Sharks. This one goes over the bench of the Shadow. Rowell will take the face off against Carlisle. Carlisle taking the face off for the Sharks. This one's dumped in. Joe Gibbs. Gibbs again behind the net. Gibbs going to take this one out. Just dump it down into the shadow end. Icing waved off on that one. Carlisle down in the corner. Cody Oakes gets drilled there. Still with the puck. They clear it out. Finally all the way down into the shadow end. Baker. Baker trying to get this one out for the Shadow. Still digging in, pinching in. Joe Gibbs gets a skate on that one. Loses his stick. Here comes the Shadow again, trying to move that puck forward. Big hit there. Right on the far side boards. A little bit of hitting as Palusha got banged pretty hard. Little 2-on-1 opportunity there. Big save. Gwillem made a huge save there for the Sharks. Here's a steal by the Shadow. Another quick wrister there. Gagnon just took that puck, quick wrister. Gwillem made the save. Face off down in the Sharks' end. 15:27 left to go here in the first period. So far, both teams just feeling each other out here in the early going. Quick face off right along the boards here. Kept in by the Shadow. Arnott lost control of it. Quick shot out in front. Gwillem made a big save again. Kept in. Milam couldn't keep that one in. Finally, it gets out. There's a collision along the boards. No penalty called there. Some hitting along the near side boards. A little 2-on-1 developing here again. He scores! Paul Arnott. Looked like Paul Arnott couldn't get a stick on that one. Finally, he did. And we'll give that one to Paul Arnott. And the Shadow strike first here at the 14:55 mark. Shadow with a 1-0 lead here. We'll give that one to Paul Arnott. And why not? What the heck? 2-on-1. Cody Oakes now with the puck. Oakes just rips that one down there. This will be an icing against the Shadow. Cody Oakes trying to hit a long pass there. If you're listening to the last game, we had Cody Oakes up here in the broadcast booth. For the first period, he was supposed to be here like the second and third. I don't know, he wandered off to go eat some hot dogs or something. We lost him. Now Oakes with the puck. Oakes going to skate it again. Love to see Cody Oakes skating. Quick wrister on Gwillem, and Gwillem just gobbled that one up. Oakes didn't have the room to cut in on that one. Took the shot, and Gwillem made the save. Sharks now with possession of the puck. Oakes tried to get that one out. Bowman passed that one over. That one's cleared out. Here comes a Shadow again. 3-on-2 developing. Nice pass there. Backhander across. Trying to hit a Shadow in the slot. Nothing happening. Little 2-on-2 action. Trailer. Sharks take a quick shot. Nothing there. Sommerfeld. Don't know if Sommerfeld got a piece of it, but nevertheless, that will be a face-off in the far circle. to the right of Sommerfeld. Shadow 1-0, 14:01 left to go here in the first period. Are not taking the face-off for the Shadow. Ryerson dumped in. Vermeesh dumped that one in. That will be an offsides against the Shadow. Face-off right in front of us. Theo Rowell will take the face-off for the Shadow. This one goes along the far side boards. Algoma dumps this one down into the Sharks' end. Pinched in by Gibbs. Cleared over the blue line. Sharks get possession again. Sharks bringing it up along the outside. Dumped in the middle. Gibbs with the puck. Gibbs will slow things down. Quick wrister from inside the blue line as the Sharks start moving that puck around. Malatikowski with the puck. Gibbs, Isaac Gibbs. Brother of Joe Gibbs, I presume. Maybe not. Isaac Gibbs. Arnott now with the puck. Ryerson brings that one up. Offsides on the Shadow. So Isaac Gibbs, number 9, the forward for the Sharks. 12:46 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 Shadow on the Paul Arnott goal. This one's dumped into the Sharks' end. They wrap it around, trying to get it out. Puber cleared that one out. Nice defensive play by the Shadow right there in front. Couple of saves by Sommerfeld. Quick shot there again by, looks like that was Pelusia that took those shots. Coming the other way, the Shadow. Dumped down into the Sharks' end again. Gwillem will gobble that one up. Pelusia will try clearing this one out. He'll just tap that one. Here comes the Sharks. Quick wrister. Right on Sommerfeld. Sommerfeld moves that one away. Coming up on the wing. Quick shot down to Gillum. Gwillem made the save on that quick shot. Face off just to the, going to make this just to the left of Gwillem. 11:49 left to go here in the first period. 1-0. The Shadow over the Sharks. Good looking crowd here at Big Boy Arena. Sharks dump this down into the Shadow end. Sommerfeld coming out of the net. Whisks that around the boards. This one's cleared out. Thrown back in by the Sharks. Oakes with the puck. Oakes going to slow things down here a bit. Pfeiffer was chasing him, and Cody Oakes just flung that one all the way down. We got an icing against the Shadow. This face-off will be to the left of Sommerfeld. Josh Hill will take the face-off for the Sharks. Oakes trying to clear that one out. He does. Up forward. Double Z, Zach in the corner. This one's wrapped around. Out to the point. Quick shot there. As Timmy Schmidt took that shot from inside the blue line. Over to Oakes. Oakes just takes a quick shot on net. Just to the outside. A little bit more pressure. Finally, Sharks get the puck. Dumped down, and Sommerfeld will get a stick on that one. Wrap that one along the boards. A little tap there. Zukanich couldn't corral that puck up. Here they come again, the Sharks. Josh Hill, and Josh Hill just took a shot. I don't know if Sommerfeld was ready for that one. Off angle. I think Sommerfeld thought he had that puck, and it just squeezed its way in, as you saw in the replay. We got a tie game, 1-1. We'll give that one to Hill. Gibbs slings that one over. Here comes the Sharks, just crossing the blue line, over the center line, finally recovered by the Shadow and dumped down into the Sharks' end. $10-11 left to go here in the first period, 1-1. Player changes by both teams. Fresh bodies out there. Face off just to the left of Gwillem. Taken by the Sharks, dumped along the boards. Balderic, Ricka trying to get that pass. Here comes the Shadow, dumping it down behind Gwillem. Gwillem tried to clear that one out. Here comes the Sharks again. Algoma saves Sommerfeld. Shot right in front of him. Cleared that off into the corner. Bowman gives a big check over on the boards. Suddenly the Sharks throwing the body around. Scrum along the boards. Pooh Bear there for the Sharks. This one's dumped back. Gwillem is going to wrap this around the boards. Taken away by the Shadow. Nice move there and stripped back by the Sharks. Sharks break the blue line down in the Shadow end. Quickly they move that puck along the boards. Out in front, nobody there. Ryerson just going to clear that one along the glass. Ryerson loses possession of it. Dump back down into the Sharks' end. Here's one right at center ice. Baker's going to give that one a drive into the Sharks' end. Collision right in front of us. Milam trying to keep that puck in. They do. Player changes on the Shadow off the bench. Bring out some big bodies here as Cody Oakes grabs this one. Oakes trying to circle back right now. That one's feathered up, taken by the Sharks. Quick angle shot. Off angle again. Pelusia had that shot saved by Sommerfeld. This one's behind Sommerfeld again. Finally cleared out. Rotundi chasing that one down. This will be an icing against the Shadow. 17:35 left to go here in the first period. 7:35. Check that. I'm going to have to do a Dan Miller. Check that. A little talking with the referee right in front of the Shadow bench during this timeout. Ryerson trying to explain to the referee how the game of hockey goes. Face off just to the right of Sommerfeld. This one's cleared up. Gagnon giving chase for the Shadow. Gagnon blows a tire along the boards. Keeps it in the Shadow end, wrapped around the boards. Nice twisting, shot it right out in front of the net. Nobody there for the Shadow to bring it home. Cleared out. Cody Oakes again with the puck. Oakes trying to move that puck forward. Schmidt now. Schmidt loses control of it. Here comes the Sharks. Quick shot there. Big save by Sommerfeld. As Carlisle tried to beat Sommerfeld on the glove side. Nothing happening there. We got a hooking call down in the corner against the Sharks. First power play. That one's going to go against Pelusia. Pelusia's going off as the Shadow will go on the power play right at the 6:42 hooking. 6:42 of the first period. Double Z is going to take the face-off here on the power play for the Shadow. 1-1 here at Big Boy Arena. Over on the far side boards. Cody Oakes in there battling for the Shadow. This one's taken by the Sharks. Just going to clear this one out. Carlisle gets it to center ice. Ryersay getting that one over to Cody Oakes. Cody Oakes just glides that one in. Gibbs back for the Sharks. Gibbs going to try to milk the clock. He does. Gets this one all the way down to Sommerfeld. Minute 25 left to go here in the power play for the Shadow. Cody Oakes breaks the blue line. Here comes Ryersay. Ryersay shoots one. Gwillem threw that one off to the side. Sommerfeld trying to get this one out. Taken by the Sharks. Killing time in the corner. Here come the Shadow again. Nice move there. 2-on-1 developing. He scores! You could see that develop right there on the replay as Tellstrom gets that one, and they capitalize on the power play. Beautiful setup there. Right at the 5:34 mark here of the first period. Shadow take a 2-1 lead. Capitalizing on the opportunity of the power play was Tellstrom. Milam Arnott forwards that one up. Slow pass by the Sharks, broken up. Taken at center ice again. Here comes the Sharks. Good defensive play, keeping that stolen again by the Sharks. A quick off-angle shot there. I think Sommerfeld got a piece of that one. Nice trailer pass by the Shadow, taken down as two players converge on, not sure who that is, but they keep possession of the puck, the Shadow. Gwillem, there he, had an open net right there. Gwillem couldn't, got a little action right in the circle right now. That one happened along the far side boards. As looks like we might have, that was Cherwalk for the Sharks. Looks like Pilette's going to get that other penalty for the Shadow. So looks like we got some offsetting penalties here right at the 4:27 mark of the first period. Both teams bringing out some fresh bodies here. Giuliano, haven't seen much of Giuliano today yet, but he's out on the ice for this face-off. Right at center ice. Osentowski gets that one back. MIHL to Osentowski. This one's thrown out to center ice, taken by the Sharks. Stopped right at the blue line. Little collision there as Brendan Pfeiffer was trying to bring that in for the Sharks. 3:47 left to go here in the first period. Nice pass there, just couldn't get a stick on it. It looked like it was Gagnon. Taken by the Sharks. Carlisle bringing that puck up. Kept in by the Sharks here with a little action behind the net. Pfeiffer trying to keep that one in. Here comes Oakes. Oakes with his style, whipping around, trying to cut in. No do there. Oh, nice move there, Cody Oakes. Had an opportunity there. Sharks the other way. Had a 3-on-2 developing, broken up, quick shot blocked by the Shadow. We're going to go back the other way. Trailer. Quick shot there, blocked out in front. Nothing clear on shot there. Nice move by the Sharks 13. Balderica trying to bring that one in for the Sharks. Here we go. Paul Arnott. Paul Arnott fishes that one out in front. Couldn't find the handle on that one. All alone. Tellstrom looking for a second one today. Just couldn't get a stick on that one. There's a quick shot just to the outside. Another shot. Little bit of pressure here by the Shadows. They keep that one in loose control, and they're going to have to retreat. Arnott now with the puck. Gets that one over. Here comes the Shadow trying to fish that one out to the center. Kuhn now with the puck. Kuhn will spin and shoot that one. Gwillem making the save. Gwillem taking a big, deep breath there on his knees. I'm not sure if he's shaken up a bit. Still down on the ice. Face off just to the left of Gwillem. Kept in, almost kept in by the Shadow. Played out. MIHL dished that one back. This one's dumped down into the icing, was waved off, so a little bit of pressure still by the Shadow. Keep that puck in. A collision right out in front. Pilette trying to get a stick on that one. Still battling out in front. And that one's net comes off the post. So this faceoff will stay down in the Sharks' end to the left of Gwillem. Gwillem still down on his knees. Not sure if he's going to try skating this one off. Not sure if he's having some kind of problem right now here in the early going, late going of the first period. 2-1, Shadow ahead. Gagnon taking the face-off for the Sharks. for the Shadow. Gagnon. Sharks trying to get that puck out of their end. Still not cleared. Quick shot there. Oh! Gwillem making a heck of a save on the one-timer by Rotundi. Rotundi just let that one go. See it on the replay right there. The one-timer right at the 1:09 mark here of the first period. Kept in by the Shadow. That one's thrown out in front. Nobody there to redirect that one in. Battle in the far side corner. Sharks trying to clear that one out. They get it outside their blue line. Looks like we might have a penalty against Double Z. Zach's not too happy about that one. Looks like that's going to be a slashing call at the 52.6 second mark of the first period. This was going to possibly carry over into the second period. Little 5-on-4 action. First power play attempt by the Sharks. This one's thrown over the head of Gibbs. Here comes the Sharks across the blue line. That one's fed back. Carlisle trying to hit his point man. That one went a little bit too much. Joe Gibbs is going to carry this one up. Gibbs crosses center ice, crosses the blue line. Quick wrister by Gibbs. He'll take another one. Thank you very much. Cleared out by the Shadow. Gwillem gets control of that puck. Feeds that one out quickly. Gibbs again with the puck. Paluja trying to dipsy-doodle it. That will do it. Still a minute 8 left to go in the power play for the Sharks, and that will be carried over into the second period. We'll take a break here at the end of the first period with the Shadow winning 2-1 over the Waterford Sharks.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakewind Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakewind, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable. It gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to like leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
I don't have a 6.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite, top cheese, stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is gonna be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Gotta pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. The big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Frazier Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Oh. Did you guys know, wow, we're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Back here live at Big Boy Arena as the Shadow and the Sharks go into period 2. 2-1 Shadow over the Sharks. Couple of goals there by the Shadow, Paul Arnott and Tellstrom, and 1 goal by the Sharks was scored by Josh Hill. That's unofficial scoring there right now. Still on the power play here for the beginning of the second period. Sharks are going to see if they can tie this game up 2-2. We talk about the Sharks. You watch how they play. I don't know if it's intentionally, but they start circling. They never get outworked. But today they look a bit slow, a step behind so far. If you watch the Shark team through their 10 games, they work hard, they continuously. They don't get beat by not playing hard. They get beat by good hockey. And they've only lost one time, the opening game of the MIHL season in Muskegon. What happened to that Muskegon team? You tell me. Somebody's got to talk to Terry and have him explain what's going on. If the playoffs started today, I don't know if they would make the playoff of a four-team playoff. Minute left here in the power play. Sharks regroup here. Still just under a minute against Double Z. That one's cleared out. They're going to retreat. Poubert with the puck. Sharks trying to move that puck forward. Finally they do. Off-angle shot. Sommerfeld comes up big. Looked like a harmless shot. We seen that early in the first period, and the Sharks scored on one of those. Trying to go glove side on Sommerfeld. He'll have no with that one. Still 34 seconds left to go here in the power play for the Sharks. Carlisle took the face-off, kept in. Gibbs does keep that one in. That finally, they get it out. Whisked along the boards, Paul Arnott. That one's dumped down into the Sharks' end. 12 seconds left in the power play. Carlisle getting that puck forward. This one's dumped across. Collision in the corner. Kept in. Oh, big save right there. Balderica trying to get one in there just after the power play ended. This will be an icing against the Sharks. Big opportunity there from point blank right in front. Sommerfeld coming up big to make the save. Face off just to the left of finally cleared up. Balderica brought that one. There's one right out in front trying to hit Carlisle. Broken up by the Sharks. Another opportunity. Looks like the Sharks putting a little bit of pressure here in the early going of the second period. Just over 18 minutes left to go here in the second period. Brought up by Carlisle. Carlisle will dump that down into the Shadow end. Kept possession. Whisked around by the pinched in as the Sharks keep that in. Pfeiffer just inside the blue line. Now the Shadow get that. They can't keep possession. Pfeiffer will whisk that one back down into the Shadow end. Sommerfeld had to dish that one off into the corner. Give and go here as the Sharks finally lose possession of that puck. Again whisked in by Pfeiffer. Right in front of the scorer's booth right there. A little battle there. Oaks now with the puck. Oaks lumbers that one out and cleared out by the Sharks, by the Shadow. Pfeiffer, nice dipsy doodle move by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer trying to leave a trailer there. Won't have any part of that. The Shadow. Shadow trying to get that one up. Nice shot there on net. Gwilliam coming up big to make the save there. Martin battling for the Sharks in the corner. Kept in by Oaks. Oaks gonna dipsy doodle, takes a shot. That one's blocked out in front. Spencer Bowman got a stick on that one. Cody Oaks takes the hip check and keeps the puck. This one's pinched in. Kept in by Timmy Schmidt. Cody Oaks trying to get that back over to Arnott, broken up. Here comes the Sharks. Gibbs takes a quick shot. Gibbs still trying to get a handle on that puck. Broken up again by the Shadow. We go the other way. Quick wrister there, deflected, wrapped around the back of the Sharks' net, kept in at the point. Double Z whisks that one over. Back to Double Z. Double Z takes a quick wrister. Loose puck out in front. Nobody could find the handle. Kept in by the Shadow. Back to Double Z. Double Z takes a shot. That one's blocked. Zukanich, not in his ordinary space in his office right in front of the net. We got an icing against the Sharks, or was that a delayed penalty? Looks like they're going to go back on the power play, the Sharks. Hooking against the Sharks, against the Shadow. Check that. So Double Z will get a hooking call. The Sharks will go on the power play here. 2-1 at the 15:29 mark of the second period. Carlisle going to take the face-off here for the Sharks. Shadow looking to burn this power play off. Quick shot there, kept in. Kept in inside the blue line. Sharks going to fish this one around the outside boards here on the power play. Gibbs going to work this one around. Nice shot there. Nice play there. Oh, Paluja ties it up. Sommerfeld made the first save and the second save, and that puck just stayed right out there in front, and Paluja ties this one up. So they take advantage of the power play. We got a 2-2 game. Sharks and the Shadow. 15:04 left to go here in the second period. Well, the Sharks worked that puck around on the power play and have tied this game up. So far, the Sharks have come out, played a much stronger early part of the second period than they did in the first period. Kept in by the Shadow. Sharks coming the other way again. Pfeiffer leaves that at a trailer. Nice move right there by Cherwalk. Cherwalk just couldn't shoot it. Now the possession goes over to the Shadow. Tellstrom couldn't get a stick on that opportunity here. Oh! Couldn't turn and they score. Pfeiffer the pressure of the Sharks looking to see if Pfeiffer got that one. No, we're gonna give that one another one to Josh Hill. Left all alone in front of the Shadow end, right in front of Sommerfeld. Multiple shots again, and they kept capitalize on that one. And we got a 2-minute penalty against the Shadow. Not sure who that's against yet. Nevertheless, they go back on the power play. The Sharks do, with a 3-2 lead here. Good penalty eating so far down in that end. Trying to bring that puck up. Algoma, he gets checked big time. Another collision. Here comes Pelusia. Little 2-on-2. Breaks over. Pelusia trying to cut in. Good defensive play by the Shadow just to get that out of their end. Kept in. We got a scrap right here, right in front of us. Looks like Kuhn, Adam Kuhn, for the Shadow. Wasn't really a swinging fist in wild, wild west kind of fight. It just, both players were on top of each other. Really didn't have an opportunity to get the gloves off and throw haymakers. Algoma will go off for the, Kuhn will go off for the Shadow, and looks like those will be offsetting penalties. Possibly, I'm not a referee, but both doors were open, one door's still open, so they will have offsetting penalties. The Sharks will be on the power play still for 1:16 here at the 13:35 mark of the second period. So we came into the second period with the Shadow with a 2-1 lead. Suddenly it's 3-2. The Sharks have the lead and on the power play. Looks like Josh Hill will take the face-off for the Sharks. Still a delay here as both team captains right at center ice talking to the refs to understand exactly what's going on. Spencer Bowman over there for the Sharks. Well, wait, they got a 4-minute penalty. Kuhn's going to get 4 minutes, so they'll be on a power play here. Might have a go back to the power play after the, if the minute 16 goes off. So Kuhn gets 4 minutes. Sharks get 2 minutes. Still trying to figure out how it got 4 minutes against Kuhn. Adam Kuhn gets 4. He goes to the sin bin, the short bench. Sharks trying to make a late change there. Referees going from side to side, explaining things to each bench right now. 13:35 left to go here in the second period. We got a dandy here. Now the penalty's been waved off the scoreboard. I'm very confused that now both penalties are waved off the scoreboard. Now the penalty, there we go. All right. So it's 2 minutes. This will be a 2-man advantage for the Sharks with a 3-2 lead here. This one's whisked along the boards, kept in by the Sharks. Little banging, and Josh Hill keeps this one in. Plenty of room to rotate. That one shot over the head of Sommerfeld. Cleared out over the blue line. 5-on-3 here for 52 seconds, under 50 seconds. Plenty of room for the Sharks to work here on the two-man advantage. They'll rotate that puck around. Shot on Sommerfeld. He gobbles that up. No problem for him. Still 40 seconds left in the first penalty. Face-off just to the left of Sommerfeld. They bring out the big guns. Joe Gibbs, Pelusia, and Martin. Still plenty of time as they rotate that puck along. Carlisle. Just a little give and go. Here's a shot right there. Balderica just couldn't get a stick on that one. Carlisle working that puck around. Deflected into the far corner. Worked back over to Carlisle. Carlisle to Gibbs. Gibbs takes a shot. No problem for Sommerfeld. Nobody in front. He'll just glove that one and take the face-off to the other side of him. Stick side. 9 seconds left in the first penalty. We go, if the Shadow can burn that off, they'll have a 53 seconds, less than 50 seconds left in the second one. Kept in, Gibbs. Gibbs takes a quick shot. That's deflected off into the corner. Sommerfeld standing on his head here. One player back on for the Shadow. Pelusia battling behind the Shadow net. Trying to burn off the second penalty. Less than 25 seconds left on this one. Sommerfeld going one-on-one. Sommerfeld just flopping all over. Here's a quick shot deflected off into the corner. Martin taking that one. Here's another opportunity. Joe Gibbs takes a shot. Right now, a little bit of target practice for the Sharks. Martin going back for that one. Both teams back at full strength as the Shadow kill off that two-man event. Here's his top opportunity. Quick shot right out in front of the net. Willem come up big there to deflect that one off to the side. Cody Oakes can't get a stick on. Finally, Shadow's going to slow things down here a bit. Nice pressure so far here. Here's a little 2-on-2 give and go. Oh, opportunity there for a redirection. Couldn't find the handle on that one. Arnott pinching in. Paul Arnott almost got burned there. This one's shot down the ice. This is being icing against the Sharks. So a couple of opportunities on both ends. And we're still at 3-2 here with 10:40 left to go here in the second period. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you asked for. This is what you got. Two top teams battling it out in a close game. Here comes the Sharks. 2-on-1 developing. Quick shot. Sommerfeld gobbles that one up. And a 2-on-1. Little chit and chatter out there. Kepler was part of that 2-on-1 for the Sharks. Malachowski going to take the face-off for the Sharks. Ryerson going to take it for the Shadow. Shadow behind the net, just trying to feather that one out. They do. They get it moving it up. Opportunity there, broken up Good defensive play by the Sharks to break up that 2-on-1. Ryersey. James Ryersey getting that puck forward. Over to Rowell. Rowell still digging in front. Couldn't get a shot off. Broken up. Back into the shadow end. Tellstrom up to Ryersey. Kept in by the shadow. Quick shot from the point. Gwillem gobbles that one up on his knees. 9:48 left to go here in the second period. 3-2. Sharks over to the Shadows. We got a dandy going here. Good looking crowd here at Big Boy Arena during this timeout. So here's how we got to this point. 2 goals by Josh Hill, a goal by Palusha, 2 goals by the Shadow. Paul Arnott got 1, and Tellstrom got 1. Both teams at full strength, just over the halfway mark of this game. 9:48 left to go here in the second period. Stick around, we got a dandy going here. Want to see some of Go Live Sportscast shows? January 18th. Go to ESPN News, and you'll be able to see at 6:30 p.m. on January 18th the outhouse races, and at 7 p.m. Swiss Stone tossing. That's on ESPN News. Couple of productions from us here at Go Live Sportscast on ESPN. Face off down in the Sharks' end. Quickly taking control and lost by the Shadow. Pressure by the Sharks down in the Shadow end. That one's deflected the other way. It looks like that's going to be an icing. Shadow not liking that call. Gagnon. Crowd doesn't like that call. Shadow looking for that to be waved off. We'll go right at center ice for this face-off. This one goes down in the Sharks' end. This one's whisked around the boards, kept in by the Shadow. Still behind the net, whisked along the boards. Cherwalk trying to dish that one out. Kept in. Bakes right at the point. See where they'll put this face-off. Face-off just to the left of Gwillem. Quick shot there on net. Gagnon. One-timer. Gwillem coming up big for the Sharks at the 9:07 mark here of the second period. We'll do it all over in the same circle here. Bakes will be on the point here for this face-off. Double Z going to take the face-off for the Shadow. Right along the boards, cleared, kept in by the Shadow. Double Z circles the net. Couldn't find a stick on that one as that one is thrown out in front. Little 2-on-2 with a trailer. That one shot deflected into the corner. Here's another opportunity out in front. Josh Hill wings that one. Oh, big save by Sommerfeld. Cherwalk, point blank, had an opportunity there. Player changes by both teams. Right at center ice. This one's broken up. Here comes, oh, he blew a tire. Threw that one out in front still. With only one tire kept in by the Shadow. Good pressure by the Shadow to keep that one pinched in. Cody Oakes doing a double dip. Oh, Cody Oakes right out in front, trying to get that one poked in. Gwillem got a birthday gift there as the Shadow were draped all over him. Dumped back into the Sharks' end. Joe Gibbs wings that behind the net. That one's loose out in front. Pelusia gets a stick on that one. Shahin dishes that one in. Dump back into the Shadow end. Carlisle will dump that back in, trying to clear that one out of the Shadow. Right at center ice, dumped into the Shark end. Pfeiffer whisks that around the boards. Arnott pinching. Here's a 2-on-1 opportunity there. Nice defensive play. Broken up right there. Timmy Schmidt getting on his back to break up that one. There's another opportunity out in front. Now Schmidt trying to get this puck. He does. Schmidt dumps that down into the Sharks' end. Gwillem whisks that along the boards. Here comes Bowman. Spencer Bowman. He had Gibbs on the left. We got a whistle. What's going on down there? Rarcy. Looks like we got a penalty against Gibbs. So the Sharks will go on a power play. Couldn't see what the official call of the penalty was. Nevertheless, just a collision down in the corner. Don't know what the official call is, but it is a power play. Might have been a boarding call against Gibbs. Along the boards, Spencer Bowman trying to clear that one out. Kept in by Arnott. Arnott fishes that one back over. Arnott got the pass, just a little bit too much mustard on that one, as the Shadow are going to have to retreat here. Rotundi with the puck. He'll go behind the net all the way up back up front. Whisks that over to Paul Arnott. Arnott gets this one down in the corner. This one's cleared out by the Sharks. Minute 15 left to go in the power play for the Shadow. Shadow crossed the blue line. Whisked over, nobody there for the Shadow. Here we go back the other way. Carlisle eating up some clock, just skating around. That one's dished out in front. Dangerous play. Pelusia killing some time. Shadow going to slow things down here a bit, trying to get possession and set up for this power play. Oakes. Cody Oakes going to circle back. Cody Oakes goes to the outside, looking for some Cody Oakes. Cody Oakes coming around. Still Cody Oakes holding on to that puck. He'll dish that one over. Quick shot on net. Looking for a redirection. That's not going to happen. Gwillem made the save on that one. We'll have another face-off down in the Sharks' end. Double Z, Zach taking this one. Zach's going to go right to his office. Ryersay whisks this around. Oaks going to play a little. There's a shot on net. Deflected into the corner. Power play coming to an end. Here comes the Sharks. Nice move there to the outside. Late hit there. Cody Oaks grabs his guy. A late hack there, as here's the opportunity on the replay. A hack, a whack, and a take that. Sommerfeld says, no, 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 you don't whack at me. Looks like Spencer Bowman was in that little mix-up down in the shadow end. So the faceoff will come to the left of Sommerfeld. Bowman will take the faceoff for the Sharks. Dish this one back. Nobody for the Sharks to keep that one in. Martin for the Sharks. Good hustle by the Shadow to put some pressure down in that end. Still digging along the boards. Pinched in. This one's out. Baker now with the puck. Baker gets that over to Milam. Milam is just going to hang glide that one. Gwillem coming out of the net, catching the pop-up. We'll have the face-off just to the left of Gwillem. Giuliano, the veteran, going to take the face-off for the Shadow here deep down in the Sharks' end. Played out late along the boards. Pinched in, Baker keeps it in. Still kept in by the Shadow. Nice rotation along the boards. Kept in. Both teams at full strength. Looks like a power play. That one just to the outside of the net. Pressure by the Shadow right now. Nice pass there, keeping it going there. There's a quick wrister. This one out of the play into the netting. Paul Arnott taking that shot from just inside the blue line. Gwillem's going to redress down there in the net. He's got the helmet off. Might be adjusting some pads. He's a long-haired dude, too. Goalies are strange specimens. If you ever know a goalie, and very suspicious when they are on the ice. Oh, there's an opportunity here. Giveaway. Cherwalk had an opportunity for the Sharks. Kept in by Gibbs. Suddenly they're on their horse right now. Kept in, pinched in by the Sharks again, and Shadow will take possession just inside the blue line. Quick shot there. Vermeesh had an opportunity. Here comes the Sharks again. Pelusia going the other way. He'll circle back. Keep it along the boards. This one's just out of the reach of Joe Gibbs. Both teams changing on the fly here. Again, come to the Sharks. Quick shot. Cody Oakes behind the net. He gets some pressure. This one's at center ice. Circling back. Gagnon. Gagnon moves that forward to Rotundi. Rotundi loses the handle on that one. There's a quick shot on Sommerfeld. Sommerfeld gets the glove on that one. Cody Oakes trying to clear that one out. That one's pinched in. Finally cleared out. Martin give chase for the Sharks. Here they come again the other way. Balderica trying to get a shot off. Little end-to-end action. Gagnon. Gagnon looking to do a little dipsy-doodle. He does dipsy-doodle, but doesn't doodle enough. Around the net! Save there by the Sharks, and that one's cleared away. Here's Oakes again. What a nice move by Gagnon. Just couldn't cash out on that one. Cody Oakes looking to do his own dipsy-doodle. Kept in by Ryerson. What a play there by Gagnon. He tried to wrap around. Gwilliam made the save. Gwilliam looks like he's doubled over again. Not sure if there's something wrong with him. Maybe a little bit too much biscuit and gravy. Sometimes that mixture can be potent. Ryerson. Ryerson along the fireboard. There's a shot right out in front. Oakes digs this one out. Back to the point. Here's another opportunity. Pressure by the Shadow. Gibbs whisks that one around the boards. Cleared out by the Sharks. And that will do it for the second period. So we'll head into the third period with the Sharks with a 3-2 lead here on Go Live Sportscast. We'll take a break and see you at the third period.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakewind Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakewind, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable, gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Where is your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened?
Your friend's not breathing.
She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. This cannot be real. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite top cheese, stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is gonna be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Gotta pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. Big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Frazier Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Oh. As you guys know, wow, we're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Goal!
Live Sportscast.
back here at Big Boy Arena. About to start the third period with the Sharks with a 3-2 lead over the Shadow. We saw Jimmy Ryerson out on ice in between periods for the duck toss. Jimmy's also known as Jimmy, James, Jim, and all of a sudden he's got a new name of Cowboy Jimbo. We caught him last game in the crowd. We can't verify this 100%. We're just taking a stab at it. Is that Jim Ryerson or is that Jimmy Howard? You make the call, ladies and gentlemen. What a dandy game we have here on Go Live Sportscast on a Saturday night here in Fraser, Michigan. Some upcoming home games here at Big Boy Arena for the Shadow include a game January 23rd against the Detroit Warhawks. Again, on February 14th, the Detroit Warhawks come to town. Muskegon comes into town February 21st. Another big home game. That will be their last home game against Muskegon for the season unless there's playoff games. So a lot of fun here at Big Boy Arena. Still, 3 more games against the Sharks after tonight's game. 2 other games going on in the league tonight. The 45ers are taking on the Saints, and the Voyagers are at Buffalo Wild Wings Arena in Novi. Just kind of wondering that Muskegon team sitting at a 6-6 record, defending champs. Don't know exactly what the playoff format is yet, but if it's 4 teams, they'd be left out right now. We're starting the third period here. 3-2, Sharks over the Shadow. Got some fresh ice right now. Helcamo shot that one in. Helcamo now will try clearing this one out. Passes it forward. Good pressure there by the Shadow trying to strip it. Helcamo takes it, and he just whisks that one down into the Shadow end. Pelusia giving chase for the Sharks. This one's out. Joe Gibbs now for the Sharks. Joe Gibbs got a little dipsy doodle himself. Gibbs just whisked that along, trying to hit Carlisle. Pressure by the Sharks as the Shadow try to clear this one out. Finally, they get control of it. Here comes the Shadow. That one's cleared off into the corner. Oh, here's an opportunity right out in front. Gagnon had a backhander. William made the save. A big chance there, as he could have stripped him naked, but he made the save. Battle at center ice. This one's cleared to the near side boards. Whisked down into the Shadow end. Churwalk giving chase to it. Churwalk battling in the corner. He just whisks that around. Sharks keep that puck in. Oh, good play right there to take it away from Josh Hill. Churwalk again for the Sharks, trying to clear that one out. Kept in by the Shadow. Both teams battle along the far side boards. Pilette loses a stick. What do we got here? Yep, penalty against the Sharks. Looked like a slashing call. Cherwalk will take that penalty at the 17:38 mark here of the third period. So the Shadow will go on the power play. Keep it in at the point. Looking to rotate that puck around. Rotundi. There's an opportunity right there. They keep possession of it. Pinched out by the Sharks. So the Shadow is going to have to retreat here. Reset up here again. Oakes now. Oakes over to Ryerson. Ryerson is going to whisk around the back of the net. Ryerson trying to get that one out in front. That one's deflected. Oh, he recovers and gets his own puck. Shot on net, blocked out in front. They battle in the corner. Kept in by Milam. Back to Oakes. Oakes just tried to feather that over. Deflected. He still has possession. Here's a shot on net. No traffic out in front. William could see that easily. 58 seconds left in the power play. Milam took that shot from just inside the blue line. This will keep the faceoff down to the left of Gwilliam. Power play just about 50 seconds left. There's a quick shot kicked out by Gwilliam. Played out. Coming the other way. Giuliano's going to whisk around the back of the net. Gets this one out to the point. Arnott couldn't keep a grip on that one. This one's played out. Carlisle gets a grip on that one. That one's deflected down. Schmidt's going to whisk around. Rotundi takes this one in. Broken up by Paluja and played back. Both teams back at full strength here. Power play is over. Arnott going in deep. Arnott tries to get that one out front. Little pushing and shoving behind the net. Quick player changes there. Giuliano came off smiling after a little shoving match behind the Sharks goal. Double Z will take the face-off for the Shadow, right back to the point. Little give and go. They keep it in the Sharks' end along the boards. Sharks break out. Quick wrister. No problem there. Malachowski taking that one inside the blue line for the Sharks. Keep the face-off down in the Sharks' end. Here, 15-10 left to go in the third period. 3-2 Sharks over the Shadow. Another tight game with the Sharks. Sharks, quick shot out in front. Just to the side of Sommerfeld. Behind the net. Sharks keep the puck in. Backhander banged down in front. The Sharks are buzzing right now. Here come the Shadow the other way. Rowell gets that one back. Milam now with the puck. Got a face offsides right there. Just a half a step ahead there. Just outside the blue line of the Sharks. Ozentowski taking the face off, trying to get that puck forward. Sharks clear it down in the shadow end. Oakes looking to go coast to coast. He dips, he doodles to the inside, goes to the outside. Oh, he scores! Cody Oakes, you are sick! Cody Oakes went end to end to tie this game. Are you kidding me? He went to the outside, went to the backhander, and we got a tie game. The crowd is loving it here at Big Boy Arena. You gotta love it when Cody Oakes does his thing. Hair going in the wind. And we got a tie game here at the 14:22 mark of the third period. Man, oh man, what a play by Cody Oakes. That was Oakes all the way. Still keeping the pressure on. Here's an off-angle shot. William picks that one up. $13:58 to go here in the third period. We're all notched up at 3. Gagnon taking the face off for the Shadow. Sharks just clearing that one down. This is icing against the Sharks. Shadow fans have pulled out the cowbell just in time for the third period. Tellstrom taking the face off. Battle on the near side boards. Here's an opportunity out in front. Still poking away. Joe Gibbs getting in there to push a few of the Shadow players back. Jimmy Ryerson, he had a couple opportunities trying to stuff 5 pounds in a 3-pound bag. Ain't going to happen. 13:52, 13:42. Check that. Tellstrom going to take the face off here down in the Sharks' end. This one's cleared out again. Facing's been waved off. Icing's been waved off on this one. Pelusia gives chase for the Sharks. All the way up to Gagnon. Gagnon looking to dipsy doodle. He does! Quick shot. Gobbled up by Gwilliam. Gwilliam was trying to run away. He gobbled that up like he was running out of town. Gagnon came in there and just let one rip, a wrist shot. Face off to the left of Gilliam. Kept in, big hit right there. Bodies flying right now. This one's kept in. Nice move, but lost control of it. Shadow pinching in right now. Bodies are starting to fly. Pile up right to the left of. Nobody had a chance to get that puck. Here comes the Sharks the other way. Shahayan This one's left out in front. Bowman takes a swipe at it. Gibbs now has it. Gibbs dishes it over. Coming hard. Kemple for the Sharks. They grind it out in the corner. Kemple again with a shot. Steered to the other corner. Helcamo at the corner. Pinching in from the blue line. Helcamo's going to take a shot. That one's around the net. Gibbs trying to keep it in. They do. Shadow still trying to get that one out. Gibbs pinches it in again. Bowman over. There's a quick save by Sommerfeld. The net came off. Sommerfeld made the initial save right at 11:43. This faceoff will be to the left of Sommerfeld. Nice play to break that one. Here's an opportunity, a 2-on, looking for a feedback. Save right there by Gwilliam. Osentowski was running on the wing on that one. Looks like we got a penalty right here on the Sharks. So the Shadow's going to go back on the power play. That one's on Malachowski. Zach Malachowski will go off for the Sharks here at the 11:26 mark here of the third period. Big opportunity here for the Shadow. Just past the midway part of the third period. Shadow have their horses out on the ice for this power play. Cleared, kept in by the Shadow, but taken by Pelusia. Pelusia will just dish that one back and giving chase for the Carlisle is giving chase for the Sharks. Carlisle and Pelusia in deep to kill off this penalty. Eating some clock off the time. Some time off the clock. Ryerson gets stood up right there at center ice. Again, Ryerson grabs this puck. Cody Oakes looking to make another move. Cody Oakes gets by Bowman. Cody Oakes going around the net. Oakes still has the puck. Dishes that one out in front. Oh, didn't get the shot off. Coming the other way is Kemple. Kemple, a little one-on-one. That one's dribbles up to and blocked away. Still 35 seconds left in the power play. Shadow's going to regroup here. Ryers, actually that's, check that, that's Arnott. Arnott gets that one around the board. Kept in by the Shadow, taken by the Sharks. Bowman's going to whisk this one down there. Oh, little move there. Bounced over the step dangerously. Over the stick of Sommerfeld. Both teams are going to be, the power play is burned off by the Sharks. Both teams at full strength here. Sharks now trying to dish that one out. They move it forward. Shot to the outside of Sommerfeld. Coming back the other way, here comes the Sharks again. Josh Hill dishing that to Bowman. Bowman couldn't find the handle on that one. Kept in by the Sharks as the Sharks are buzzing. Pfeiffer kept that one in. Shadow coming the other way. Oh, what a move there. Pilet trying to get in the inside there. Couldn't get that puck out in front of the net. Coming the other way. This one shot across. Played out in front. Nobody there for the Shadow. Far corner, the team's battling it out. It was Martin for the Sharks down in the corner, digging his way around. Helkamo bringing that puck forward. He leaves it for Josh Hill. Josh Hill coming unmolested in front of the net. Sommerfeld makes the save. 7:49 left to go here. We're in a tie, 3-3. Another tight game between these two teams. Folks, I don't want you to forget, next month is Fat Tuesday, February 17th, Punchki Day. I'm starting to lobby the league to have a team Punchki eat-off, possibly, around that time. Talk to the commissioner, maybe see if we can have each team send three players. I'm lobbying for Perry, Double Z, and Luke Formica to be the eaters for the Shadow. I know you're listening at home and saying, what is he talking about? Punchkis right now. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Bowman takes the face-off for the Sharks. This one goes all the way back to the Sharks' end. Still played. Tellstrom had a quick shot there. Tellstrom whips around. Oh, barely outside the line there. Timmy Schmidt couldn't keep it in. That will be a face-off just to the outside of the Sharks' blue line. Gagnon taking the face-off for the Shadow. Bowman for the Sharks. Schmidt gives chase to it. Bowman also gives chase to it. Down in the Shadow corner. Played along the boards. That might have hit somebody on the side of the bench. This will be back down in the Shadow circle just to the left of Sommerfeld. Bowman taking the face-off for the Sharks. Ryerson comes in the circle to take this face-off. Gibbs takes a quick shot. That one's steered away by Sommerfeld. Another shot from inside the blue line by the Sharks. That one's deflected up to the netting. Both teams doing player changes. This face-off be to the right of Sommerfeld. 7:09 left to go here in the third period. Coming quickly. Here comes a 3-on-2 trying to weave in. Broken up. Here comes the Sharks the other way. That one's broken up again. Wrapped around the back of the net. Played out. Sharks now with the puck. Martin trying to clear that one up. Picked up by the Shadow now. Dumped down into the Sharks' end. This one's whisked around the back of the net. Martin. Here comes the Shadow again. Quick wrister out in front. Arnott trying to look for a deflection. Somebody to redirect that in front. Arnott now with the puck again. He gets it out in front. Nobody there to bang it home. Good pressure by the Shadow right now. That one's thrown out in front. Broken up by the Sharks. Played along the boards and played out. Here comes Rotundi. Gwillem now holding his head. Looks like we got a penalty here. Looked like just caught the side of his head. They called a late penalty. Rotundi will go off for 2 minutes here late in the third period. Fans not liking it. I'm guessing that was a goalie interference late after the whistle. He just tapped his head on the way in. Nevertheless, they go on the power play, the Sharks. William gathers that one up. Halcamo. Sharks play it back to Halcamo. Halcamo trying to, he dishes it down, and that'll be an icing against the Sharks. Definitely something they didn't want to do on the power play here late in the third period. Minute 32 left here in the power play for the Sharks. Face off to the left of William. Gibbs now with the puck. Gibbs looking to gather that one up, move it forward. Quick pass up to Cherwalk. Cherwalk again with the puck. Over to Gibbs. Gibbs takes a quick shot to the outside of the net. Gibbs in deep. They cycle around. Another shot to the left of Sommerfeld. Quick whistle there. Cherwalk. So Cherwalk's going to go on the short bench here. I think that was a delay of game against Cherwalk. Slash. Didn't see exactly that slash, but nevertheless, the Shadow will take it. They'll have a minute power play if things stay the same here. Face off down in the Sharks' end. Wrapped around the boards. Martin cleared that up to Pelusia. They lose possession. Retreating. Oh! Opportunity there. Just couldn't find the handle. Sharks coming the other way. Pelusia. Pelusia crosses the blue line. Shadow bringing it the other way. Gagnon. Gagnon can't find the handle. Still with possession. Back to Oakes. Cody Oakes looking to do some more of his magic. He circles back. So both teams still a little 4-on-4 here for about 10 seconds. Then the Shadow will go on the power play. Cody Oakes looking to dance again. Cody Oakes couldn't make the turn there. He still has the puck. This one's on the far side boards. Shadow keep it in. Back to the point. Ryerson trying to get that one out in front. Ryerson again, back to the point. Back to Ryerson. On the power play, 25 seconds left. On the power play, they pinch and keep it in. Shadow still have some time. Here's the one from the point. Oh, that one's deflected into the corner. 12 seconds left in the power play. Looks like Cherwalk tried to clear that one. They didn't get it out. There's a quick shot deflected into the glass. So just as the power play ends, we'll have a face-off to the left of played out. Here comes the Sharks. Nice defensive play there by Baker to break up that pass. Here's one broken up and offsides. Pfeiffer came in a little bit too quick for the Sharks there, as that was broken up and offsides on the Sharks. 2:33, we're deadlocked at 3-3. In another exciting battle between the Sharks and the Shadow. Hill taking the face-off for the Sharks. Double Z taking it for the Shadow. Here comes Joe Gibbs. He circles around. Gibbs crosses the blue line, goes in deep. Joe Gibbs causing some havoc. Gibbs trying to do his best. Cody Oakes there. Quick shot on Sommerfeld. Sommerfeld flashes the glove and says, no, no, no. 2:15 left to go. Third period, face-off down in the Shadow circle. Carlisle coming out for the Sharks. Double Z taking it for the Shadow. This one's cleared out. Nice cross ice pass there to Kuhn. Takes a cross check right there. No call. Fans are going crazy here. See if the officials put the whistle away for the last 2 minutes of the game. This one passed all the way down. Baldericka trying to get that one in. Still battling deep in the Carlisle for the Sharks. Sharks still with the possession. They lose control. Here's Ryerson. Ryerson takes a shot. Opportunity there for James Ryerson. Ryerson again with the puck. He'll throw that one out in front. Nobody there for the Shadow to bang that one home. This will be an icing against the Sharks. We see the official right now talking about player changes off the bench. Got a timeout here. 59.6 seconds left to go here in the third period, 3-3, as we go for an exciting finish here. Ryerson had an opportunity just moments ago, little one-on-one. Gwilliam came up big here late in the third period. Thanks for watching here on Go Live Sportscast. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Roku, TCL International, or the MBT channel. We'll be adding more channels as we go along here in the future. Down to the last inside minute of the third period. Crowd's starting to make some noise here at Big Boy Arena. Tellstrom takes a face-off. This one's back to the point. Kept inside. Intercepted by the Sharks. Pelusia. Little back and forth here. Kept in the shadow end. Still not cleared out. Dished back in by Carlisle. Oakes. Oakes looking to go end to end. Cody Oakes crosses center ice, crosses the blue line. There's a quick wrister just to the outside. Pressure here. Tellstrom coming in, point blank. What a huge save right there. Gwilliam coming up huge. Looks like the Shadow have called timeout here. Want to set something up. Not sure what's going on. Gwilliam has looked ill all day. He's doubled over. He's just not feeling well at all. I don't know. .5 seconds left here in the third period. So the Shadows send out Ryerson, Baker. Pilette takes the face-off. We'll have another face-off, 13.3. Ryerson. Let's do it again. Same circle. Pilette for the Shadow. This one's played along the boards. Cleared out by the Sharks. Pinched back down in. Gibbs trying to get that puck forward. Broken up, and there's the clock. So there you have it. We're all notched up after 3 periods. Ryerson and Sam Gagnon talking to the officials. We're going to play a 5-minute period here. Not sure if they're going to switch ends or keep the same ends. Looks like they're going to, both goalies are going to keep their end. Well, now they are going to switch ends. You talk about excitement, 3-3 going into overtime, a 5-minute period. Golden goal, whoever scores wins this game. Scoreboard says period 4. I call it overtime. One and two, teams 1 and 2 in the MIHL. Doesn't get any better than this. A little 3-on-3 open ice action. Carlisle bringing it quickly. Quick shot. Sommerfeld got a glove on that one. We're going the other way. Gagnon. Oh! Gagnon shot that one just to the outside. Kept in. Here comes the Sharks. Pelusia played that back. Joe Gibbs rings some metal. Josh Hill now. Here they come again. Josh Hill throws it out front. Nobody there. Balderica takes that one. Sharks still working it around. Josh Hill just feathered one up there. Sommerfeld grabs that one. So Joe Gibbs, they call him Joseph Gibbs because of his birth certificate, rang some metal. Sharks still with the puck. Keep cycling that puck around. Oh, a collision. Looks like we got a penalty. Here's the collision on the replay. So the Sharks will go on a power play here. Rotundi will get the penalty on that one. So we'll go from 3-on-3 to 4-on-3. And a 2-minute penalty against Rotundi in a power play for the Sharks. There's another metal pipe. Helcoma got some metal himself. We're going to all the minerals tonight. Still have the puck. They cycle it around. Josh Hill takes a shot for the Sharks. Finally, the puck is played all the way down into the Sharks' end. Josh Hill now bringing it up for the Sharks. Hill crosses the blue line. Hill dipsy doodle backwards. There's a redirection that couldn't get the stick on it for the Sharks. There's another shot blocked out in front. Shahayan dishes that one over. Nice play right there by Gagnon. Gagnon just killing some clock. Break up that pass across ice. 2-on-1 developing. That one shot up high. 40 seconds left in the power play for the Sharks. Another shot deflected into the corner. Sharks still have possession. Shoot that one all the way back. Kempel gives chase for the Sharks. 20 seconds left in the power play. Ryerson clears this one out. This one's given chase. 5 seconds left in the power play. 3-on-2 developing here. There's a shot blocked out in front. Clear it out. We got a 2-on-1 happening here. Over to Ryerson. Couldn't get that one through. Oh, they kept it inside. Here's another opportunity right here. Good defensive play by the Sharks, getting down to block that puck. Bowman clears this one out over the blue line. Minute 6 left in overtime. This one's kept in by the Shadow. Cleared out by the Sharks. Dumped in behind Sommerfeld. Another opportunity for the Shadow, but just couldn't get that pass over. Dumped down into the Shadow end. Cleared out by Sommerfeld. One last run here. Looking to go outside in. He stops, circles back, nobody there. Cody Oakes. 17 seconds left. Just shot on goal. Back down into the shadowing. Oakes. Oakes is just going to milk this clock out, and that's a final. Three. Maybe that isn't a final. Maybe we'll play another overtime period. We could be playing another overtime period. See the referees discussing it right now. Oh, we're going into a shootout. All right, we'll do the shootout. Why not? We've had it all here tonight. Josh Hill's going to take the first shot for the Sharks. Ladies and gentlemen, doesn't get much more exciting than this. 3-3, an overtime period. Still 3-3. We go to the shootout. Josh Hill's going to shoot out against Sommerfeld. Here we go. Josh Hill going to the outside. Sommerfeld staying home. Oh, Sommerfeld makes the save. We'll go the other way. Theo Rowell gets an opportunity. Rowell, he scores! Rowell wins it in the shootout. Actually, he didn't win it. We're gonna, he gives them a 1-0 lead. We're gonna have a 3 shootout. Carlisle 1-on-1. Oh, another save by Sommerfeld. So here we go again. Oh, he made the save. Rotundi stopped right in front of the net. So if I'm not wrong on this one, Pelusias needs to get a goal here or this is over. So here comes Pelusia, one-on-one against Sommerfeld. He stopped him. That's it. They win it. Sommerfeld makes a big save. They win it in the shootout. 4-3. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game here in the MIHL. Sommerfeld making 3 saves here in the shootout. These are the 2 top teams in the MIHL, and you saw why tonight. What a great game here at Big Boy Arena. I have to give Sommerfeld the first star of the game. Coming up big there. To win this game. This is the 3rd meeting. Now it's 2-1. The Sharks have won 2 out of 3. These 2 teams are still going to meet 3 more times this season in the regular season. Well, wrap it up here from Big Boy Arena. I am Frank Mazzella, along with the Go Live Sportscast crew, saying so long. And the final score in a shootout, Michigan Shadow 4, the Waterford Sharks 3. See you next time here on Go Live Sportscast.